Hey everybody, it's Marlon. Welcome to the show, Marlon's 420. Hope y'all are having a great Wednesday night, Thursday morning, afternoon, whenever you see this. Tonight, I wanted to talk about temporomandibular joint disorder and mental health issues. Um, Almost always, when people think about TMJD, they think about chronic pain, they think about your face, joints, neck, shoulders, things like that. And those are the things that, the symptoms of it. It causes massive amounts of pain in our faces. It destroys our teeth and malaligns our jaws and teeth. It causes all kinds of problems with our necks. I happen to have a C2 and 3 congenital fusion that may or may not have something to do with it. The doctors have no idea. That's another thing about TMJD for a lot of people that don't know. Doctors, for the most part, with this are still guessing. A lot of patients being treated with TMJD are actually guinea pigs, still being worked on, still being perfected, as it were. But I wanted to talk about something completely different tonight. TMJD is not a dangerous disorder, disease, whatever you want to call it. It's not life threatening. Um, and the symptoms and the actual things from TMJD are absolutely not. But the mental problems and the mental um, pain that comes along with it absolutely 100% can be. And the main thing, the one thing that I think everything revolves around is the fact that it is isolating. Almost every single TMJD sufferer that I know of feels lonely at some point, and not even when they're alone. They can be surrounded by people. They could be in the middle of Thanksgiving hanging out with their family, friends, whatever, and still feel like they are not connecting at all because they, on a level, we aren't. Um, you don't know how I feel. You don't know the pain I'm going through. You don't know what I go through on a day by day by day by day basis just to put one step in front of the other. And there's no way you could ever know. I've often wanted a Vulcan mind meld so that I could take a doctor and just, here, you don't understand? Feel this. They don't seem to understand the analogy of somebody taking a torque wrench and connecting it to your face and torquing it until it's tight on both sides. They just don't understand that. I don't. I guess they maybe get the concept. I don't know. I get not understanding the pain though. You won't, and that is what leads to us feeling so alone and so isolated. Um, Use a analogy. You and your family go out to dinner at a nice restaurant or whatever, family dinner, family restaurant that y'all go to, been going to for a long time. You know, one of y'all's favorite places, and you haven't been in a while. Maybe sometime before you've been diagnosed with TMJD and the problem has sort of persisted and gotten worse, started to give you problems. So you get to this restaurant and you have a favorite food there that you've always ordered and you've always eaten, and you go to order the dish. You're like, yes, I'm gonna be able to, this, I'm really gonna enjoy this. Your spirits are up, you're hanging out with your family, and you go to try and eat it, and you realize you're not gonna be able to. You just can't. It hurts far too much. It's impossible to do. And then everything just crashes down, because it's yet another experience of something that you loved and enjoyed being taken from you by this disorder, this disease. It feels like it's taking everything, right? Your connection to your mom, your dad, your family, your friends, your girlfriend, your wife, your lover, whatever, your partner. It feels like it's taking everything. So the family members will give the platitudes and the empathy of, oh, I'm sorry, we didn't think about that, we thought you could eat it, you did too, I know I did, but well, there's always this, and you used to like that, and you can always still eat this, and blah 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 blah. And all of that, almost cursed there, all of that stuff makes, for me, makes it even more infuriating, because it makes the thing small. And people will be like, Marlon, it's just a meal that you can't eat. No, it's not. It's a favored food that's been taken from me potentially for the rest of your life. In my case, many for the rest of my life. And if, just as I was saying about the family members just now, they don't view it as a big deal, just like you, right? But it is. If you really think about it, if you woke up tomorrow and started having some of the favored things of your life slowly but very surely stripped away from you, one after the other, making you more and more isolated, making you feel it harder and harder to connect. It, would that be a small thing to you then? I had a friend who suffered from TMJD, who had a certain soft drink that he absolutely loved. But when he drank these soft drinks, it activated something in his face, in the back of his mouth, and up in here in these nerves and taste bud type things you have back here. And it would start sending electric pins and needles and spasms up throughout his face. And every now and then he would take the pain or whatever to enjoy it. But the loved one's response was always, just stop it, just give it up. It's just a Coke, it's just a this. And at the same time, his dad has a very certain whiskey that he drinks every night when he gets home at a certain time, and has done for the 20 plus years I've known that family. But if that went away tomorrow for that man, do you think that that would be a small thing to him? So that's what our loved ones really need to, if they never think about it like this. And why would they? Why would they? We can't blame them, and we can't get mad at them. Nobody's ever said it that I know of. But why would they think like this? Nobody's ever told them. Nobody's ever actually said it. But if they thought about it for just a few minutes, like I'm asking them to, they would realize how quickly your world can shrink, and how quick things can get dark, and how fast and how much you can lose. Now, this isn't just a down blah 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 video. I don't want to put everybody down and make everybody sad and upset, but these are videos that I want to do because this is a reality. You know, what brought me to make this video tonight, now today, I'd been planning on doing it, but what made me do it right now tonight while I had other things going on is because one of those friends that I was talking about, who was part of our support group, got to a point and he decided to check out. You know, he he hit the road, and that's a permanent decision. That's a permanent decision that he never gets back. And the rest of the group, you know, on that level, you don't get a say in a person's life, I suppose, but we got no say. And so you have that. That's what pushes me forward into making these videos. Because if one family member sees it and starts thinking differently and realizes that all these, you know, I've been thinking these are just little changes that my son, daughter, husband, whatever has to make. They may be little, but these are important things that are being stolen from them. And just acknowledging it can make an absolutely massive difference. You know, another thing is a lot of people do not even acknowledge that TMJD can and does cause massive mental health issues. So, our family members, if you're watching, please just be more cognizant of the signs and symptoms of what could look like depression or other mental health issues. You know your loved one best. You know, or you should know, when they're off, you know, when they just want to be left alone, and then when actually something has gotten worse and worse and worse. You should be able to see that progression. I say you should. That's not fair, actually. It can be extremely difficult to see. But, anyways, and it's also on us as the sufferers to start asking for more help and to be more direct. But this is like, I just really wanted to bring this up and talk about it because the isolation that this disorder brings is the dangerous part of living with it. It is, it's dangerous, okay? So, anyways, moving on from that, I'm sorry if it's a bit of a downer of an episode. It doesn't really have to be. And one way, the way I choose to look at it is hopefully lots of people who need to will see this. And then other people who need their people to see it will see it, if that makes sense. I fully believe that God has a way of putting things in the right hands. So I'm going to trust to that. Let me know what you thought. If you haven't already, go up, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and then get down there in the comments. Let me know what you think. Are you a TMJD sufferer and you know exactly what I'm talking about? Or are you a TMJD sufferer and you really don't know what I'm talking about and haven't felt this isolation and you know you feel like you can connect and it's all good? I'm sure that there's people from all kinds of different, you know, points of view. So I'd love to hear from y'all. If you have any questions about TMJD or anything you'd like to ask me personally about my journey with it that I haven't talked about yet, ask. I'm here to help. Anything that you'd like to know or anything I can help with, shoot me down in the comments and I'll get back to you, I promise. Thank you all. I'm Marlon. Love you. We'll see you all soon. Cheers.